You know, this is kind of a side note, but I actually really dislike living in a city for the purpose of recording in sort of like a home studio sort of setting, because you basically have to wait until there's silence, or you'll be picking up all kinds of background noise from cars driving by and helicopters overhead. That's just a side note. The date is February 20th, 2024. And this is GGVLOG. Last time I said that I was going to go and touch grass. And I did not, in fact, touch grass. In fact, I seem to have withdrawn even further into the depths of despair, manic depression, and, well, I don't know, something like that. So, since the last episode, what have I accomplished? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Other than rekindling a old love affair with the game that I know to be not only a time sink but also a money sink. And even worse, I bought an account for that game. But hear me out. The reason, well, the justification that I gave myself for buying this game account is the fact that the account I bought was max level, and this is no ordinary game. This is the type of game where if you wanted to get to max level, you would be looking at potentially 3 to 4 to 5 months of grinding, unless you had some kind of bot helping you. And even then, I wouldn't recommend that, because I mean, you could get banned. So as I said, I justified buying this account because I say I value my time. And that is today's subject, the value of time. And I have a question that I would like to ask you. What do you value more, your time or your money? Because people with a lot of money tend to value their time more, because they understand that once you have enough money, time is a thing that is irreplaceable. So if you really look at how people who are well off, wealthy, etc., if you really look at how they live in ways that minimize discomfort and maximize quality of life, as opposed to sacrificing quality of life in order to save money. And I kind of think this is a very useful mindset to have. I think this is a mindset that we could all adopt, even if we don't have a ton of money. Just realize that your time is more valuable. And I know what you're thinking. You're saying this to justify the fact you spent money on something that's a time sink anyways. But as I said, me buying this account essentially saves me 4 to 5 months of grinding, which in my opinion is worth the price that I paid for the account. Maybe I'm just really addicted to online games. Okay, that's not even really maybe I'm addicted to online games. I don't know if I said it before, but yeah, it's not good. On the bright side, I bought the account on credit. Well, not really credit, but it's like I managed to get my credit pretty good, so I qualify for a lot of delayed payment programs. So especially with PayPal, there are things where they pay up front, and then it's kind of like old school layaway from Walmart. Some of you kids may not be old enough to remember that, but yeah, it's like that. And if you don't know what layaway is, it's basically where you were able to go to Walmart and basically reserve an item, and then with you would make an initial payment, and then you would pay over time. And then the item was called on layaway because you're reserving it. And then once you finish the last payment, then you get the item. That's how I remember it. This is actually different because you get the item up front, and then you simply make payments to PayPal over a longer period of time. And it's kind of not really the purpose of this particular channel, but take my advice. If you can, fix your credit, because cash is king. And making small payments over time, yeah, you'll pay more because you have interest on it, but it's always better to have more available funds, in my opinion, than just pay for something outright, even if you pay less by buying it outright. But yeah, kind of all over the place. I think this game is still in my goddamn life energy or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I've been up to this week. Procrastination and rationalization. You know the vibes. Anyway, GG.